Just look at her. The lights, the runway, she's owning it. But here's the thing about fashion. It loves you until it doesn't. Right now, it's shrinking. This isn't about a model. It's about what happens when the world decides you don't fit.
Fashion is going backwards.
The body positivity movement was just a trend.
The rise of Ozempic, bringing skinny back. Where is that coming from?
Plus-size models are not working as much as they used to.
Why is fashion so exclusive?
The industry is getting diversity wrong.
I feel like my culture doesn't fit.
We've been here before. There ain't nothing new.
Skinny always seems to win.
I am Isabella Moore. I was born in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I am a Samoan-Kiwi, and I'm a model and an opera singer.
A classically trained opera singer. She's toured, recorded, and brought down the house with her unmistakable voice. She's fronted campaigns, ruled the runway, and signed with the best from London to New York. Whatever the spotlight, Isabella owns it.
I've been living in London for the last 5 years. London is always thriving. Everything is always happening. It's always go, go, go. I am a full-time plus-size model. What goes through my head when I'm on set, I have this one thought that's so cringe, am I gonna say it? It's so lame. I look at the camera and I think things like, I will devour you.
In the fashion industry, size has always dictated who gets to be seen and who is left out. Let's define what plus size in fashion actually means.
Now, the word plus is literally plus size, which is a wider range of sizes, 20 and upwards. Then a curve size model is considered 16, 18, a model with some curves. Then you got straight size, smaller than a size 8. But there's also in between middle size, which is like a 10, 12, maybe a 14. I love modeling and the teams and the people and the creativity, but it looks much more glamorous and exciting than it really is. When I started modeling in 2019 full-time in London, it felt like the world is my oyster and I was just gonna take the plus-size modeling industry by storm. I was really excited and hopeful. And now, it pains me to say that I feel like we were a trend.
Fashion has always presented, historically, a one-type model. You were size 6 and you were 6 foot tall until it started to evolve somewhat.
If you didn't fit into that, you weren't seen and fashion wasn't for you.
There wasn't a category. We weren't being acknowledged to even exist.
When I first started, it was quite difficult because the industry didn't exist. We weren't seeing plus-size models. There was one time in particular that I went to set. It was a well-known lingerie brand, and I was the only plus-size girl. I came in, I sat down, and one of the hair and makeup artists came over and told me to go and change the bins and to clean up after her, not realising that I was one of the main models on set. I mean, it became a very awkward moment when she then had to do my glam.
I think in the beginning, you would literally know every curve model that would be in the industry. Suddenly there was the body positivity movement, and all of a sudden it just exploded.
It felt like a really empowered time because body positivity was the in thing.
We had a lot of high-end clients like Fendi and Versace and, all of those big brands, they started using curve girls. Valentino, we had 11 of our girls working for Valentino Couture, which has never been done before.
You've got Ashley Graham, you've got Jill Kotlava, you've got Paul Omerel, Sasa. It was so brilliant and it was so well received. It really opened other doors.
It meant so much to so many people. Finally, people were able to see themselves represented in the media, in fashion campaigns, in advertising. It was big and it was important.
I thought, this is great. We finally got to a stage where the industry is waking up to the fact that the world doesn't just look like one person. And then it dipped.
That's where we are now. Thin is back in.
That movement basically made my career. Before that, I couldn't find my size in shops, and now I'm not only finding my size in stores, but I'm also the face of those brands. I've been in London now for 5 years. Although I've done some great work, I do feel like it's plateaued. I want more work. I want more work, and I want to be not viewed through such a narrow lens of what I can do as a model.
Isabella's not imagining that. Things have changed. And at Milk, her London agency, she can feel it in the air. Fewer castings, fewer calls. With London Fashion Week looming, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Do you think it's realistic for this season that I'll book a show?
I think it would be so beautiful for a lot of the designers that we have. It's just down to them. How many, you know very well, every single girl from every board around the world is in town during that time of the year. So it's a lot of pressure.
I don't know. I've personally felt like plus size was kind of trending, and now it feels like it's no longer what's in. And so I am just thinking, will I even be considered this fashion week, you know?
Yeah.
Just based on that.
Absolutely. There's definitely a decline, and there's definitely less designers having curved looks. More and more every season. Let's, not give up and be positive and see what happens.
Sometimes I feel like when I'm over a certain size, then I do notice there's just less opportunities. I have felt pressure to stay a certain size so that I can get work, so I can keep working. I just sometimes feel like, am I becoming irrelevant? And that sounds so terrible, but sometimes I get nervous.
The word on everyone's lips is Ozempic. It's a phenomenon that feels like it came out of nowhere, but really started in celebrity circles.
Well, GLP-1 drugs, such as Ozempic and Wegovy, affect the GLP receptor, and that increases insulin, slows down the entire intestinal transit, and makes people less hungry. So it actually makes weight loss easier. A lot of people are using it. In my area right here on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, it's huge. It's close to probably 1 in 3. Throughout the country, maybe 1 in 15 and 1 in 10. It's a huge number.
Celebrities historically have always been thin, but they started to become thinner. And then the media got a hold of Ozempic, and it trickled down to social media, and that's now trickled down into the population level. And we are seeing people in our everyday circles shrinking because a lot of people are taking Ozempic now.
In 2023, I got back to London after New Zealand Fashion Week. I was the heaviest I'd been in a long time. I didn't work for something like 5 weeks when I got back to London, and I was starting to stress about the lack of work.
The biggest thing that people are scared about when first starting their medication is they're scared that...
So here's just a few things I've learned while being on Wegovy.
The best time to take Wegovy is at night after dinner. That way, if you have any side effects such as nausea, most of them will be while you...
A few times I've questioned my worth as a model. I start to question why I'm not being booked, and it can lead into a bit of a dark spiral. What am I gonna do? Models are getting smaller again. How am I gonna stay with work and in my industry?
And so here she is, a woman at a crossroads. She's come too far to give up now. But can she stay in fashion without being forced to shrink?